What is going
What's up,
on,
y'all?
world? Kevin out here with your Manly Musings Podcast. With Andrew out here, it's only going to be the two of us today. You guys are probably wondering why it's only the two of us and Merritt is nowhere to be found. Well, Merritt is officially a dad.
He's been born.
Yes, young Merritt Luca has been born. He was born on Friday, this past Friday.
Brought into this world.
Yes, brought into this world this past Friday. I believe it was earlier than anticipated, but
Yes, a little bit, not too much.
just a touch. But yeah, so congratulations to Merritt. We got nothing but love for you, sir. Very excited for you. And yeah, so I told him to take a couple weeks off and we'll get him back week before Christmas. Hopefully all of our gifts that for each other have arrived by then. And yeah, and we'll take it from there. So tonight, really simple episode, just the regular of the regulars, just typical weekly sports update. So what are we wearing real quick? Drew, what are you wearing?
I am wearing my Jason Tatum Boston Celtics jersey. Not too many good things have been going my way when it comes to sports as of late. But I figured I would stand in solidarity with the team. We're doing pretty good outside the in-season tournament now that we've been sort of eliminated. But what can you do?
Yes. And then speaking of the in-season tournament, I am wearing a Knicks jersey, wearing my guy Jalen Brunson. He's absolutely been balling it out for the Knicks. He's the reason why the Knicks are where they are right now, to be honest. They're playing the Bucks tonight. So that's going to be a really tough out for that one, but you never know. We could get lucky. So fingers crossed we can. And whoa.
What?
You're supposed to be off. I gave you 2 weeks.
We gave
off,
you 2
sir.
weeks for the first time.
And he listened.
Oh, he leaves?
He listened. All right,
well.
Good. Barrett will see you the week of the 18th. But
Scared him away.
Yes, so I scared him away. So right now, weekly sports update, we'll start with the NFL. First things first, the Jordan Love-led Packers take on the Chiefs at Lambeau Field. And honestly, came back again.
Sorry,
my goodness.
I had to join because I have to show off this guy.
Oh my gosh, look at you. My gosh.
I'm so excited.
He is literally the sweetest thing in the world.
How does it feel?
It's probably one of the coolest feelings in the world, to be completely honest. Like witnessing it all and being there throughout the whole process and seeing him like right after the fact, like holding him. He's small, like he's 6 pounds, and we thought he was going to be much bigger. I was hoping he'd be much bigger, but at the end of the day, I'm still happy. But I thought I'd come on and say hi to everyone since I will not be here, because Kevin's already yelled at me to not be on the podcast for a while. So I will
only 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'll take a 2-week hiatus. But you guys get to enjoy listening to these two schmucks.
Hey, be nice.
No, they will do a phenomenal job, but I wanted to show off to the podcast world, baby Luca, and he'll probably make a couple more appearances as time goes on. But boys, looks like you guys got a lot to talk about tonight, so I will jump off and hey, enjoy. I'll talk to you guys, probably text you guys tomorrow. And Kevin,
peace.
Congratulations on the epic win that we both had today.
Yes, absolutely. For those that don't know, Kobe Reverse Grinches came out. Exclusive access.
No way.
Dude,
we won.
So the best part was I was cooking lunch or making my lunches. All of a sudden I look down, I'm like, what the heck's this? I'm reading it. Go in quickly. I text Kevin, yo, exclusive access. 2 minutes later, I send him a picture of me getting it. He responds back. He goes, we both won. I'm done. No more sneakers app for me. I'm legit. Like, I'm going to try to get him some Jordan 11s in like a week and a half. Otherwise, we are done with sneakers app for extended period of time. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm pretty much done for the rest of 2023. That is for sure.
What
All
size
right, boys.
shoes do babies wear?
What?
They
What
were
size
little.
shoes do babies wear?
They
Is there
were
like a
like
standard? Is there a
Yeah, I'll get
standard
like
baby
yeah. There's
size, or
there.
is there
So
like
you have to.
sizes?
There's like there's they have like the child sizes. So you have
Okay.
to
yeah. So
look
I'll
out
get
for
like a
those.
1C or 2C for him, so he'll fit into those in like a year or
Yeah.
so. But boys, enjoy.
Let's see.
I will text you guys probably tomorrow and talk with you guys later.
Sounds
Yes.
good.
Adios, sir.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Please.
All right. So you have Merritt
Right.
guest appearance in. So back to what we were talking about. So Packers take down the Chiefs. I was watching that game.
Yeah.
Yes, not yesterday, but the other day. And
Thoughts on the game, Kev?
yeah, wow. Jordan Love, very impressive, man. And just the way he was slinging that ball around, and shout out to the receivers for doing what they're supposed to do and catching it. But yeah, I mean, the Packers, they got a bright future if they can continue to just develop right now. I'm excited to see, how they continue to progress. As long as everybody stays healthy and continues to just keep balling,
Yep.
we got to watch out for these
Yeah.
Packers, these young Packers.
It's I think it's probably a collective mistake of NFL teams to continue to allow the Packers to draft quarterbacks and then just develop them well.
Yep.
And one of my friends texted while we were watching the game, and it was like, how did the Packers keep drafting Hall of Fame quarterbacks? And not that Jordan Love is going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, but he played a good game the other day. And God, if he ends up like Rodgers and oh God,
Yeah, the
that team,
Packers, the
if they
Packers are
can
going to be
develop that
something.
team, they're going to be something. Yeah, and it was impressive to watch. So congrats to the Packers and Packers fans, bro. You might have to deal with some losses right now, but the future is looking bright on that team.
Yeah, gotta give them their props there. Another team to give their props is not the Philadelphia
Oof.
Eagles, because
Oof.
man, the
Oof.
beatdown that the
Yeah,
Niners decided to give them,
that was bad.
that makes me think that if last year everyone was actually healthy and
Yeah.
they had a quarterback,
Yep.
he would have had a way different Super Bowl.
Oh yeah. Um, I was sort of over the course of this year and the off season and like the playoffs last year. I was sort of in the idea of like, well, we don't really know what could have happened. Like a lot of people in the 49ers and the fan bases and stuff were saying like, oh, like if the 49ers had their full healthy team, they would have beat the Eagles and it would have been 49ers Chiefs in the Super Bowl again. And I was sort of like, that makes sense. But also like we don't really know. Like we don't know what could have happened. But after that game, like, ooh, it's
I,
not like that's
I work
embarrassing from
I work
Philly.
in the area around, but that's close to Philly, and man, I saw a lot of sad faces.
Yeah.
A lot of sad faces, and I think for the first time this year, some worried faces as well.
Yeah.
So, and deservedly so, because I look at if you take a look at the 49ers, Moody is healthy, having a full season with the team. Then you think about Christian McCaffrey, a full season with the team. Not only a full season, a full healthy season. Debo and Brandon Ayuk have had some injuries that looks like they've gotten past. And I know that the 49ers defense has had some bumps, but man, if this is a little precursor of what's to come, I like 49ers
I like 49ers.
going into the Super Bowl, and I think I would enjoy watching them.
Yeah. My last few seasons, at the beginning of the year, I've talked. I think I talked about this back when we did the NFL preview episode. I'll pick. This year I went way more in depth, and I went like week by week and took wins, and it was not worth it.
Mhm.
But I'll always say like, okay, like here's who I think is going to make the playoffs. Here's how I think the seating will break down, and then I'll sort of mock out almost like March Madness style, like who will make it to the Super Bowl. And then I sort of say like, who's going to win? Like that sort of thing. And the last few years I've always said, like, I think the 49ers are the team to make it to the NFC side of the Super Bowl. And I've been disappointed the past few years as it's not really worked out. But if they can keep this thing rolling, like this is one hell of a team. It's a crazy team.
It's a fun team too, I
it's
think.
a fun team. It is, yeah. It's they have a mixture of a really good system. They have really good star-studded roster in almost every position group in the field. Offense and defense. They have great chemistry. It doesn't seem like there tends to be very much issues within the team, which can like really ruin a lot of teams like that. And it's just entertaining West Coast football. Like it is. It's just fun to watch. I think on Philly's side of this, I think the general Philly fan should be concerned. I think they really should. And I say this as a Bills fan, like a fan base that is actively in shambles. Both because of this game especially, but also to play this game after barely beating the 6-5 Bills when they beat us 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Barely beat us then, in which like I talked about this game I think last week or the week before when I was in the episode. And I'm a Bills fan, so I'm going to be biased, but I give a lot of points to the Bills, and I tend to chalk it up to our defense fumbling that game in the end. But even if you don't say that, even if you say like the Eagles, they had control of the game, even though they weren't in the lead for most of it, they were actively like fighting and like it was a good game of football, which it was. It does not look or feel good to see this franchise that's supposed to be this behemoth almost lose to the Bills and then just get rolled through by the 49ers. I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure it wasn't the game in Philadelphia too.
Yeah.
That makes me even more worried too. Like, wow, you let this happen at home.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it looks like they still have to play the Cowboys, Seahawks, Giants, Cardinals, and Giants again.
Well, that's 2 wins right there. The Giants.
I think it might be 3 wins. But I don't feel good for the Eagles going in against the Cowboys this week. And typically I would be like, oh, like the Cowboys lose to good teams. Like it's what they do. But I don't know. If you're the Cowboys, I'd be feeling, if I was a Cowboys fan, I'd be feeling really good right now. Like this might be the opportunity for the Cowboys to stop that narrative of like the Cowboys don't beat good teams, because the Eagles have faltered at least 1 week and arguably 2. And so if you can capitalize on that and really punch it down a little bit, like,
oh yeah, for sure.
That game could be Sunday, December 10th, 8:20. That Sunday night game, that's going to be something to watch, folks.
And then also add on the fact that the Cowboys just came off of like a shootout with the Seahawks, throwing up 41 points. Like, man, if you had a Dallas Cowboy on your fantasy roster last week, like you were eating.
Oh yeah.
Yep. My goodness. Yeah. All right, well, so those are the 2 main games I had us talk about, but let's go to our teams real quick. Andrew, Bills, no win, no loss. Got a bye week.
No win, no loss. We're chilling at 500 right now. I wanted to see Indy lose, and I have a friend who's from Houston who's a Texans fan, so I try not to actively root against Houston, but it would have helped the Bills if the Texans had lost. But for the sake of, I don't think Miami is going to lose the 1 spot. It's possible. I looked at their schedule earlier today in preparation for this, because Merritt always says I don't prepare.
You know what? I'm the one that's more unprepared than Merritt, but hey, we make it work.
I don't think that Miami is going to lose that 1 spot. It's definitely possible, but I don't really see it happening. But for the sake of the in the hunt / wild card positioning, there's like a good 6 teams that are all within 1 game of each other. The Steelers, the Texans, and the Colts are all 7-5.
Yep.
Off the top of my head, the Bills are 6-6. The Browns are 6-6.
It's the Bengals.
No, and the
6-6,
Bengals are 6-6.
and
Yeah,
Broncos. I
and the
got the
Broncos.
conference. I got the conference up right now. So
You got it pulled up. Okay.
yeah. So right now, AFC Dolphins are number one. Well, right now, Dolphins and Ravens are tied at 9-3.
Yep.
With the Chiefs at 8-4 and the Jags
Yep.
at 8-4.
Yep.
Now, coming in the next four spots, all 7-5, you have the Browns, the Steelers, and the Colts.
Yep.
Followed by the Texans.
Yep. Who are
And
also
then
7-5.
afterwards, yep, they're also 7-5. And then you have the Broncos, Bengals, and your Bills at
Yep.
6-6. So we
Yeah.
have there's plenty of time left
The
that
wild
this can
card slots are
completely change.
Yeah, the wild card slots and even a few of the division leaders spots in the AFC especially are still very much open for grabs. So the NFL and ESPN love to put out the like playoff picture now sort of thing and talk about the dominating teams, but this season isn't over until week 18. So
No, that's a
a
fact.
lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on for a lot of teams right
This could completely flip. Like, say
Yeah.
maybe even this, I'm just fantasy booking right now. Say the Colts go on like a epic losing streak, and either the Chargers or the Raiders go on a
Yeah.
win streak. They can easily go. The Raiders go from 13th all the way to the last spot in a couple of weeks, which is out of control.
I think any team right now in the AFC besides the Patriots can still pull something off. If I remember,
Yes, Merritt's Patriots are currently 2-10.
Yeah, it's tough out here in New England. There's as someone who lives in the heart of New England, there's a lot of struggle for a lot of people going on right now, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm absolutely bathing in it. It's amazing.
Oh, honestly, as a tri-state area goer, it feels good to see the Patriots at the bottom of the barrel after years and years and years of just breaking people's hearts.
The Jets and the Titans might also have some issue getting in. I don't know if it's possible for them, especially the Titans with their specific losses. I think they're kind of screwed for the season.
Mm-hmm.
But anyone in the AFC North, the top three teams in the AFC South, the top two teams in the AFC East, and any team in the AFC West could legitimately make the playoffs right now. Like,
yeah,
we're talking the AFC. There's like three teams that you should be counting out.
Yeah.
There are some teams, and not to say that deserve it. There are some teams that are playing really good football for what they're dealing with, and there are some teams that have injuries going on. Like Jake Browning, real quick because we're still talking about NFL. Incredible game. Incredible game.
Yes, you want to? Yeah, that was a crazy game last night.
That was a crazy game. I don't know though. After that, that was great, and I'm really glad to have been able to watch that football game. I don't see it. I think there's too much time left in the regular season, and the Bengals are only 6-6.
Yeah, I will say I am concerned. Speaking of that game, I'm concerned about Trevor Lawrence's ankle. I just hope that it's maybe just he rehabs the shit out of it.
Yeah,
and then
you just gotta stretch in ice and hope that thing is not torn, not sprained. Or I mean, it could deal with a sprain for like a week or two, but like we've already lost too many good quarterbacks this season to injury.
Yeah.
Even just as a football fan, I'm sort of like just hoping that he didn't also go down.
We just need everybody to be alive for the end of the year. That's what we need.
We want to see the end of the season with the full teams. It sucks to be at the end of the year and be like, well, the Chiefs made it because every other competent quarterback besides Josh Allen got injured.
Gotta love it. But real quick, while we talked about conferences, let's just browse over the NFC real quick.
Yeah,
so NFC, you have the Eagles at 10-2, the Niners at 9-3, along with the Lions at 9-3, and then the Falcons winning their conference at 6-6, and then followed by
that division's trash.
That
division is so bad. I thought it was bad
AFC,
last year.
Oh, I know. You look at the AFC and how like it is a grind to get into the playoffs.
Yeah,
you got a Falcons team that's 6-6. That's the 4th overall seed, in which you have followed by the Cowboys at 9-3. Then the Vikings, the Packers, the Rams, and the Seahawks all at 6-6, followed by the Buccaneers and the Saints at 5-7. And then
And
the bottom
then
of the barrel teams of like the Giants,
Giants.
Bears, Commanders, Cardinals, and Panthers.
Well, Giants, Bears, and Commanders are at 4-8, so it's kind of over. But the Panthers are at 1-11.
Ah,
That's right now. We're seeing the Patriots and the Panthers try to figure out who is the worst team in the NFL right
mhm.
now. And it's a hell of a sight.
Well, I feel like I remember one of these teams that's in the bottom, like they don't have their draft pick. Is that correct?
Okay. I'm like 90% sure on this, so I could be wrong, but I believe the Panthers pick is currently owned by the Bears.
Which is hilarious.
Yeah, so
Right? There was some
there's a
sort of trade, I
potential.
remember.
Yeah, there's a potential that the NFL season could conclude with the Bears receiving 2 top 3 picks in the next year's draft, and the Patriots having the other one. So I really don't know what that means for the Bears. Do they draft 2 players? Do they trade a pick for something good and
Yeah.
maybe other picks? Like if you have like this upcoming draft is not one of the best ever, but it's pretty good right now, especially for what the holes in the NFL rosters that we have across the league right now need.
Yeah.
Like there's some good young quarterback talent. There's some really good wide receiver talent. I've seen a lot of stuff about defensive linemen. Some offensive tackles look really good. So like the Bears could get away with trading one of these picks if they wanted, or they could pull a Houston Texans and draft 2 guys in the top 5. Like,
Yep. And it's working
worked
out for them. Now, yeah.
So I mean, if I'm the Bears, I keep the pick. I don't know. I don't know the general consensus on the trust for Justin Fields. It's sort of been going back and forth from what I can tell this season. But if at the end of the season you're not feeling good about Justin Fields, there's no reason not to take a quarterback and a wide receiver, or a quarterback and a lineman, or a quarterback and a defensive player. Like,
Yep.
if you can pick them all, take them, I guess, right? And you're signing them to rookie contracts, so it's not like you're signing like veteran stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Yo, you got to get the talent when you can get it. And
Yeah.
this one is
And
definitely an
need it.
upgrade. This is definitely an
Yeah.
upgrade from last year's draft too.
Oh, yeah.
So with like when you talk like star power, like
Yeah.
if Caleb Williams actually comes out from USC,
Yep.
and then and such, he doesn't have to go back to school. But that this is one of the first things we have to actually think about for the first time is NIL. Like,
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is right. He doesn't have to leave because he's making money already.
Yeah. And so he didn't have as good of a season as people expected of him.
Yeah.
So there's reasonable thought that he could say, you know what, like I'll stay in school another year, make another $50 million, hopefully have a better season, and then come into college another $100 million richer than he was going in. Like,
yeah, and
if I'm him, I stay. I don't see the reason. Like, unless if you have that itch and you're like insanely good and there's no reason for you to like want to keep playing college football, go. And like it might make sense now the Pac-12 is dissolved and that sort of thing, but I don't know.
I mean, if I'm a college player right now and I'm projected as a top pick, but I really don't want to go there, hell yeah. If I'm already making a couple $1 million and I just have to deal with going to class and just maybe finishing up my degree.
Like he's on the team, but like he doesn't have to work.
Yeah, he's not
like if you want a job, go sit at like an academic desk or something, like an info desk in the library or something. But like you're making millions just existing, bro. Like
yeah, literally.
I see him on all in the NFL yet. So.
Yeah, I see him in all them State Farm commercials already. Yeah. I'm like, bro, you can do whatever you want, and I respect it.
Oh yeah. Yep.
All right. So moving on from the NFL, we're going to the NBA. In-season tourney eliminations have begun, starting with yesterday. the Pelicans eliminated the Kings, but this one I was not expecting to say.
Me neither.
The Pacers eliminating the Boston Celtics from the play-in tourney this year. And I'll be honest, it was funny. I didn't realize you guys are playing them until like I just kept getting notifications of Indiana winning. I'm like, who did they beat? Why this is just blowing up my entire phone? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my god, they beat the Celtics.
Yep.
So Andrew, as a Celtics fan, can we talk to me of what the hell just happened?
Okay, so I saw the beginning of the game. I didn't see as much towards the end, but I did do a little reading about it. I heard that Halliburton went like crazy, I guess. It might have been like
Triple
his
double.
first triple double, I think, or something. And he like tie breaking 4-point play with like a 3-point foul at the end. They dropped like 120 on us, and like I've been seeing a lot about how the Pacers are like a really high scoring team. And going into this game, I was like a little concerned. I was like, oh, like they might beat us and like we might get knocked out. But like it's the Celtics versus the Pacers. So like we should be pretty fine. No, I guess not. I know that the Celtics we didn't have Kristaps Porzingis. He's still injured.
Yeah,
I
what's
think
going on with that?
I think he comes back next week. I think I believe it's like a calf strain or like a ankle. One sec, I can.
We got you. That does explain a lot because Kristaps,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a big deal for that for that Celtics offense.
Okay, he'll return later this week. He's missed 3 games. Um, he had a calf strain. Yeah. Um, there was hope that he would be back today, or yesterday for the inserts and quarters. But there's now increasing confidence, according to Woj, that he will be back for the game against. He'll be back in Vegas for the first Final Four if the Celtics should advance. So this came out yesterday, just before the game. We did not advance. Sorry to hate to break it to you, Woj, but yeah, it. Sometimes you don't win them all, and
Yeah.
I think so. I'm operating under the context that the Celtics are the best team in the NBA. And I
Okay.
think that they are going to win the finals this year, or at least make it again after last year and the
You and Merritt both.
terribly, terribly embarrassing playoff run that we had, where we went to 7 with the fucking Hawks and then got beat by the Heat. No, like we're not doing that anymore, boys. Celtics are making it back to the finals. So when this sort of thing came out, I'd be like, oh, like that would be cool. I wonder what would happen if a team won both, which is still possible.
Oh.
I'm not saying like it's not going to happen, but my finals pick is the Celtics, and now the Celtics have been removed from the in-season tournament. So it'll be interesting to see if this in-season tournament, like whoever the victor is, like at the end of the finals, does that translate into like a motivation? Like, is it like, does that put a specific team that like wasn't projected to be super good on like the path to like crank out the second half of the season? I like the in-season tournament. I think it's cool. A lot
I
of people
mean,
seem to not like it or not get it, but I don't really think there's anything to get. I think it's just sort of like
yeah,
these games also mean something else. Like it's like
yeah.
they're regular season games, but also there's another trophy. And I don't know, it's kind of cool.
I think people are just traditionalists. Like Merritt, if he was
Yeah.
on here right now, he would be yelling about like it doesn't make any sense. They're trying to be like soccer, blah 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 blah.
So
But
what?
at the same time, I think I like I on one of our other pods, I appreciate them trying something different, something to
Yeah.
spark some extra excitement during the beginning of the year. And then it's
Yeah.
funny. I read this one thing about the Celtics and Pacers game is that so from what I understand, the winners of the in-season tournament, every player on the team gets an additional 500 grand added like
Yeah.
as a bonus. And
Yeah.
apparently like 3 players on the Pacers roster currently are not even like making like half that right now. So headphones just died. All good.
Yeah, well, it's all right. I got headphones on the speaker, on the
Yeah.
speaker on the
computer. You're good. But I think that's, you know what? I think that's another thing to kind of think about with this tournament is like, you know, there's incentive for like these guys to like get paid extra money. Like if I'm that 10th, 11th, 12th player on that bench and I'm a part of that team that rides to the in-season tournament championship, I get extra money. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah. And like the guys on, like there's a lot of people were saying, I was reading online over the summer, like but when they were proposing this, like before it was like official and that sort of thing, a lot of people were saying like, oh, like why would superstars even care? Like they already have like so much money. But there's another level to this. Like if you have so much money and you have a teammate that's not making as much money as you, and if you can just play basketball and win games and your teammate is like gonna get a lot of money for them and for like what they compared to what they're making, like that's a great motivator. Like the idea that like you can go out and be like, you know what, like let's go get this crazy amount of money for our guys who like sit on the bench and they're like 19, 20 years old, they're not playing, but they're not ready yet, but like let's go get them some money. Like why not get the bag at least, right? And like even if it isn't a lot compared to how much you're making a year, like that's still a ton of money.
$500,000 is still
that's
5 zeros. That's a significant amount of money.
Significant amount of money.
I would even take 4 zeros.
Oh, I would take $10 to win a tournament. Like, let's be real here. I've played in tournaments for a t-shirt. Like,
so
you can,
that's exactly. It's the end goal. That ends something to get after. So I like it. Who knows? We don't know the long-term standing power of it, but we'll see what happens.
And I think one more point on it, I guess. I think it's weird now because it's never happened before.
Yes.
If they just keep doing this in like 4 or 5 years, it's gonna be like, oh, it's the in-season tournament. Like it's just part of the season. Like they're just playing the games. And then in 5-10 years, when young kids nowadays start like getting into basketball, I don't know when my nephew is going to start watching basketball, but when Lucas starts watching basketball, the in-season tournament will have been existing since he was born. So I think as time progresses, if it's given the right just sort of establishment treatment, it should develop into a regular and pretty interesting and cool part of the season. And I like that it's not like they shut down the season and then just played the tournament. I like that it's sort of like sprinkled in. It's nice. I think it's cool. It gives you a good reason to watch a game every so often if you're way more interested in watching football or soccer or hockey. Whatever. You're like, oh, like may as well watch this in-season tournament game.
Yeah, absolutely. So tonight we have my Knicks versus the Bucks and the
going on right
Suns versus the Lakers. Let me see if I can take a quick peek at the score.
I got 26-24 Bucks over Knicks.
Okay. All right, let's get it. Let's go.
And then the Suns play the Lakers tonight at 10 p.m.
All right. So close game so far. So we'll take that. Who do we think is winning
tonight? Or the Knicks Bucks?
Both games tonight.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna take the Lakers over the Suns.
Okay.
Because I like the Lakers right now. I'm not gonna lie. Like something like franchise wise, like
forever green, but
forever green. We never bleed yellow here. But the Lakers, they're fun to watch. When that team plays well, I enjoy watching that team. And it's Bron, bro. Like nobody's Bron's age dropping 35 a night. Like
I know.
I'll watch that any day of the week. He windmill dunked the other day. I don't know if everybody saw that.
Yeah. And doing 360 layups. Like, bro,
like,
take it easy.
Bucks, Knicks. I'm gonna say the Knicks only because I think if the Bucks were gonna win it, they would already be up by more.
Okay.
Because my score just updated to 27-26 Knicks over Bucks with 2 minutes left in the first.
Okay.
And I don't know. I feel like when I watch the Bucks win a game, they feel very like dominant for most of the game. They might not be winning the whole time, but the Bucks tend to have a very strong court presence. And if the Knicks are in it with them all the way through the first, I don't know. When that Bucks chemistry is off this season, it's not been It's not been clicking. And that Knicks core has been together for a little while now. So I think I'm siding with both your teams tonight, Kevin. I think they're both
My
gonna
God, it's so crazy.
yeah.
Gotta
But
love it.
I love to root against Kevin Durant. So
So I will.
Chris Paul isn't there anymore. So I don't have like my little reason to like Phoenix.
There you go. So for me, I'm definitely thinking the Lakers will go over the Suns. I just think the Lakers' depth is just
Yeah,
better.
they've got more. They got
They've
better
got
roster.
more.
They got better men on the bench and on the court, I think.
Yeah. And then my Knicks, I have a feeling that like I'm gonna get myself all up and excited and have them win. But like I'm gonna say it's gonna be a close game throughout, and I think the Bucks may edge it out because the Knicks are gonna do something stupid.
Okay.
But
So they
that's
need the Knicks.
but fingers crossed is that like that's just me like not trying to jinx us.
Yeah. All right. Well, we will see what happens, and
Love
maybe
it, love it.
put up the scores on
Yeah, well,
the pod or something.
yes,
So,
yes.
here's
All right.
something.
So some other news.
Yeah.
College football transfer portal is back open.
Yep.
So it opened up yesterday, and a lot of names have already entered in to the portal, and a lot of them are quarterbacks. So I wrote up a huge list over here. You got Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma, Kyle McCord from Ohio State, Cam Ward from Washington State, Riley Leonard from Duke, DJ Uyunglele from Oregon State, and Dante Moore from UCLA are the most notable ones. A lot of I've been reading into some of them. So Dylan Gabriel took an official visit to Oregon today. So
Okay.
there is a lot of people saying that Oregon is the front runner to get Dylan Gabriel after how well Bo Nix has turned out for them.
Yeah.
So I can definitely see that happening. And a lot of people have been saying that Mr. Ungalele from Oregon State might be making his way back to the ACC, formerly from Clemson.
Yep.
Transferred to Oregon State, and then now go back to the ACC. I hear Florida State is a possibility, maybe even Louisville.
Okay.
But we'll stay tuned for that one. My thoughts on the transfer portal being open now. I think you screw up a lot of teams opening it
Yeah.
now.
It feels like it should open after like the winter semester.
Yeah, or at least like let bowl season go through.
Yeah.
And then have it open up. I just feel like you really screw up a lot of teams by them just saying, all right, well, season's officially over. Peace out. I want to go.
Yeah.
But like, what about those teams that are like, maybe they have a bowl game that maybe they're looking forward to win.
Yeah.
Now you all of a sudden just like you're starting quarterback, starting running back, starting wide receiver. I was like, yeah, I'm peacing out
They're all just
for
out,
more money.
not playing. Yeah. I'm not I think I agree with you on that. Like we should wait till after bowl season or even after like
the semester. You're right. I agree
the
with that.
semester at the like or like over winter break or something. But did you see the redshirt sophomore quarterback from Alabama went into the transfer portal
Yeah.
as a lacrosse player?
Really? I
Yeah.
missed that one.
Tyler Buckner, redshirt sophomore who transferred from Notre Dame before this season, entered the NCAA transfer portal as a lacrosse player.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did they give any insight on why?
Let's see.
That's kind of crazy to think about. You went from football to lacrosse?
Yeah. He played 3 games for Notre Dame last year. He played lacrosse in high school. He was considered one of the top high school recruits in the country for lacrosse, but went into football instead. But he hasn't been ruled out to return to football.
Okay.
He's 6'1", 215. He appeared as number 41 in ESPN's 2021 top 300.
Okay.
But this season he went 8 for 19 on 61.
Wow. All right.
But it might be sort of so it seems like Saban played him earlier in the season, which we talked about. After Milroe kind of struggled for a bit. But yeah, it doesn't seem like he's going to play the cross.
All right. I
It
mean, more
doesn't
power
seem
to him.
to
If he's like,
Yeah.
whatever, I did whatever I could for football. Hey, I respect the hustle.
Yeah. I mean, it would be interesting to see if he plays lacrosse for his season. He has 3 more years of eligibility now.
Okay.
No, 2. He was a redshirt sophomore, so he has 2 more years of eligibility. I think. I don't know. He can
Okay.
petition for more, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, it'd be interesting. Like the ESPN article cited the source saying that he hasn't considered himself done with football. So
Okay.
I don't know, when does college lacrosse plays in the springtime?
Yeah.
Would he be able to play
Play
this
in the spring and
if he
then
transfers now? Could he?
that's a great question. I know there was a time where Greg Paulus, former basketball player, he played uh basketball at Duke and then played football for Syracuse.
Yeah.
I don't know if maybe he's only allowed to play one sport at the same school, or depending on the sport, but that's the only time I've ever seen something like that kind of happen. But and then, of course, obviously, then like you have like Charlie Ward, who played basketball and football for Florida State.
Yeah.
At the
Kyler played
time.
baseball and football for Oklahoma.
Yeah. And then there's that one, the quarterback from UCF, a baseball player
Yeah.
and football player.
Yeah. So yeah, it might be a situation of wanting to play 2 sports, and maybe he couldn't play both at Alabama. They're saying like you can't, and he's not playing on the team, or
Yeah.
he's on the team, but he's not a starter, and he didn't come in very often. He only threw 19 passes all season. So he might say, screw it, I'll go to a worse football program where I can play both lacrosse and football all year.
Yeah, it's true. All right,
We'll keep you
moving on.
all updated on that.
Moving on. We got to give a little fantasy update.
Yeah.
Andrew, how are we doing? I know last time we were on, you said you were dominating.
I am still dominating, folks. I am 11-2 now.
Wow,
my
that's
second
impressive.
game. Yeah, I lost this week. So it's a little bit of a down dip. However, it was by week hell this week. I had 6 players on bye.
Okay.
So we rolled out with Gardner Minshew in the QB position, and it worked. I mean, I scored, I think, 118, 122, somewhere in there. The guy I was playing against happened to drop 135 though. So that's how it comes. I mean, I've already locked my playoff in. The guy I lost to was already removed from eliminate, like he was eliminated. It wasn't like I was losing to a guy who was trying to like pass me in the leaderboard or anything. We've got the number 1 seed locked up basically right now for the season.
Okay.
But we're looking good. The team is looking good.
Damn, number 1 seed of the season. All right. So, little thing for me, my team is, I won all my leagues last week, including the league that I'm completely eliminated in.
There we go. Good to get
that
us.
one, I'm out in that one, but it was nice to get another W. In the league that I'm in with Merritt and all of his friends, I won in that one. So I'm pretty sure I just clinched the playoffs there, which was very, very exciting. And then I just clinched the playoffs in another league, and then now I have my keeper league too. So
yeah,
right now I'm in the playoffs of 3 out of 4 leagues. I got eliminated from my guillotine league the last week, which was really disappointing. But hey, it happens. But yeah, I'm feeling good. I think as long as my teams play, just stay healthy and just can ride the wave, I think I'm solid. I think I'm more just worried. There's in the 2 out of the 3 leagues, I'm just worried about the quarterback play.
Yeah,
To be honest. If I can like straighten that out, or if they just straighten out, that'll be okay.
Yeah.
But because like, for example, In my one that had the $80 buy-in, my starting quarterback is CJ Stroud right now.
Ooh,
So I need him to just continue to be balling
yeah.
so he can get those points. And then I have what's his name? Jordan Love as another quarterback in my league.
Okay.
So these young guys, these young guns, they better just keep balling out so I
As
can
long as they keep
continue.
balling, you'll be fine.
Yeah. So fingers crossed there. But I'm good for that's football. And then for basketball, I'm crushing right now.
I won this week in basketball.
No, I'm so there's one league I'm 3-2.
I think I'm 2-2. Or no, I think I'm 2-3.
Okay. One league I'm 3-2 in this league. And then in my big dynasty league that I'm in with my cousin, I'm 5-1.
Ooh,
Yeah.
cold.
So 5-1 right now, absolutely crushing them.
Here we go.
But there's so many different like rules that I just don't like understand. So like for example, there's something called a taxi position, which is like anybody that has only been playing like a certain amount of games in their career, you have them and it doesn't count towards their team. And
What?
I'm like, how do I even add that person to the roster? Like, what does that even mean? I tried to add like a rookie and they were like, you're violating the rules. You can't do. I'm like, so then how is everybody being added?
Yeah.
So
I've never heard of the taxi position before.
yeah, so this is very interesting. We're playing this on a thing called Fan Tracks. So we
Okay.
have your starters, your reserves, then we have injured reserve spots, and then we have a minors spot. So anybody that's a rookie, you put them in the minors spot, and then those taxi positions, which is just like kind of blowing my mind right now. And speaking of the devil, I know I said that I was like, I'm 5-1 for the year, but for right now at categories, I am getting crushed at the moment.
I'm up right now in my week.
Okay.
So we don't have taxis or minors or
Yeah, you're a normal league. This is just like some high level nerd shit that
high
like
level
I'm not ready for.
basketball type shit. But we have utility spots on ours.
Okay.
So we have a point guard, a shooting guard, a power forward, a small forward, and a center, and then 3 utilities.
That you can just add anybody.
Anybody. Yeah.
Nice.
Which is like helpful because a lot of players are classified as multiple positions.
Yes.
So you can sort of like, if you run into the position of like, oh, like I have 3 point guards playing tonight, you can put one in your point guard slot and then the others in the utility spots. And then like the next day, if your shooting guard isn't playing, but you need a slot in like the utility, you say your like backup power forward is playing or something. You say, okay, let me just put my point guard in the shooting guard spot because the point guard is also classified as a shooting guard.
Yeah.
But we're not doing categories. We're not that fancy right here.
You guys are going by actual like performance points.
Yeah, so they give us points, sort of like in a like fantasy football. Here, like I'll like Chris Middleton in the current moment has 5 points, 0 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 3-pointer made. So he has 13 fantasy points.
Oh, okay.
Giannis has 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal.
That's gotta be like 87 points.
No. Is there not like a live? I guess not. Okay, here. Yeah. Oh, that is on the court right now. Fantasy. Okay, here. Giannis has 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. So that's 23 fantasy points.
Okay.
Damian Lillard has 5 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 3-pointer made, 13 points. Julius Randle has 16 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, which is 26 fantasy points.
Let's go, Julius Randle.
Like, the way that our scores work is like a block is 4 points, an assist is 2 points or 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
A 3-point taken is -1 point, but a 3-point made is 4 points. So you get 3 points from a made 3, but you lose.
Yeah.
That sort of like
that's what I have to. So if you have a guy that has like a real bad like shooting night, you can get like screwed.
Oh yeah. You can get like the negative points in fantasy basketball pile up.
Yeah.
Like I've had
It
players
gets
drop like
scary.
negative 120, like negative 20 in a night. I'm like,
Oh, that's
wow.
terrifying. That's
Yeah.
terrifying.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we talked about fantasy. Now, of course, as we're a West Virginia podcast, got to give our WU sports update. So, WU basketball. So, we talked about last week Raekwon Battle, guard for us that has been denied his waiver to play for WU this season. He released a video on his personal Instagram. For anybody that is a WU alum or fan, I highly recommend you check out the video. Basically, it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds in which he explains the reasoning of why he came to WVU. He talks about his relationship with Coach Josh Eilert and, the reason why he had to leave his previous school at Montana State and his previous school before that, Washington. So all I got to say is we just really got to let this man play. Like, I just don't understand. We've met the requirements needed for the NCAA for a waiver. We did everything to apply, and you still say no. It doesn't make sense to me. Andrew, were you able to get a chance to take a look at that video or seen it?
I've seen the video. I was meaning to do some more research into the topic itself, but I sadly did not have the time. But
It's all good.
It's really, it's a great video. It's a good video. But it's a heartbreaking sort of topic.
Yeah, it's another thing that piles on to
Yeah.
West Virginia basketball's season. It's just another check marker it's been rough. Like, right now we're only playing like a total of 6-7 guys.
Yep.
And we're feeling it. We're 3-4 right now. We lost the St. John's game that we definitely could have won if we had a full roster. We just couldn't make our free throws and couldn't get rebounds because our guys' legs are tired.
They're exhausted.
So, yeah, they're exhausted. You're not going to be sustainable playing 6 guys 35 plus minutes a game in high level Division I college basketball. It's just not.
The team is going to burn out. Somebody's going to get injured. The season will crash and burn. Like they need to do something.
Yeah. So Josh Eilert had his press conference today. They said a cook. He's made another step forward on him coming back. Kirk Risa will be back in the next 2 or 3 games. So that's another player that will get some more playing time. And then, we'll see what happens with Raekwon. Maybe something happens. Maybe that would be a nice Christmas gift. NCAA,
NCAA to Mountaineers fans.
Let him come back after Christmas. Yeah, that's all he wants to do. He wants to, and from a lot of players, even Kevin Jones, who was on our podcast a couple months back, said that Raekwon Battle is the truth when it comes to balling. So, he's heavily hyped. Hopefully deserved so. I feel like they would be because I'm pretty sure someone like Kev wouldn't talk about him like that. No. But yeah, fingers crossed there. And, speaking of games that I'd like to win, tomorrow at 9:00 is the backyard brawl for men's basketball.
Let's go.
And apparently there is a releasing of possible new black uniforms, partially to be inspired by the black uniforms that they wore in their 2010 season when Merritt and I were both in school, and the year that the WVU Mountaineers went to the Final Four that year in Indianapolis. Have you ever seen those jerseys?
Yeah, the black ones. It's West Virginia, and then there's like the numbers, white outside's black uni.
Black, and it has the gold.
Yeah, the gold
on the trim. So I still have that jersey. It is very small on me, but I refuse to give it away or get rid of it. So we'll see what happens. I can't wait to see what they look like. Hopefully it turned out well. But yeah, that's what I got on WV basketball. So now let's go ahead and move on to football. So Andrew, we are going bowling this year.
We're going bowling.
It's
bowling season, folks.
Yes, 8-4. And the bowl game we're going to is the Mayo Bowl?
Duke's Mayo Bowl.
The Duke's Mayo Bowl. It's Charlotte, North Carolina, going up against UNC on December 27th, 2 days after Christmas. So super interesting. My
Visual kind of
thoughts.
for a second. I'm still listening and I'll still be able to talk to you. I'm just pulling something up on my laptop so I can put it on my PC.
Yeah, do your thing. So pretty much, one interesting thing about this bowl game is that technically we're not supposed to be at this bowl game. This is actually supposed to be an ACC versus an SEC matchup.
Yep.
What we came to find out was that the Big 12 had more eligible teams to go bowling than the allotted amount of games that we had as a conference, which is hilarious. And
Big
the
12.
SEC didn't have enough teams eligible to fulfill all
SEC
theirs.
sucks, not gonna lie.
Yeah. So pretty much some calls were made between the networks and they talked about, star and fan power. And they decided to bring WVU to play against North Carolina. Fun fact, all the way in 2009, West Virginia played UNC in the Meineke Car Care Bowl, which took place in Charlotte, North Carolina, with our old coach, Bill Stewart. And then this year, all the way to 2023, playing in the Duke's Mayo Bowl, we're playing UNC in Charlotte. And who's on our coaching staff is the son of Bill Stewart, Blaine Stewart. So that's a story that I don't know if anybody knew, but super, super cool to see. Really excited. I'm excited for the bowl game. I'm excited to see us play a postseason game to hopefully get 9 wins, a number that I haven't seen in the win column for a good amount of time. And really, really hope that we can get that win. I would love it. I think it would be a nice momentum boost. It would help recruiting. It would help a lot, just the momentum for the next season. We'll see what happens when it comes to transfer portal guys. I know there's probably still people that are trying to enter in and enter out, but we'll stay tuned there. Andrew, you got any thoughts on our bowl game?
I'm trying to find if we did WU predictions.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
We definitely did. Like on what our record would be.
Yeah, like what our record and if we make a bowl game, that sort of thing.
I'm pretty sure Merritt said that we were not going to make a bowl game.
I think he did say that as well.
And I thought we were going to not make a bowl game by very, very close.
Well, we thought we'd be a lot worse this year than we actually ended up being.
Oh, yeah.
As a collective, we had very low hopes for the West Virginia football team.
Oh, yeah. We definitely did. Because the way it was looking in the offseason, it was looking scary. Have you been able to find anything, sir?
No.
It'd have to be probably close to when we recorded the brawl with like Leland.
Yeah. Here, wait. What if I look up? Okay. Here, wait. I can turn this. All right. I'm back.
He's back.
I have it on my other screen now. So.
All right, what do we got?
It looks like talked about the Super Bowl. Pro Bowl. What about Todd Bowles? It doesn't look like we ever wrote bowl down, but I'm gonna put up rest. Here, wait. What if I type in prediction?
Yeah, try that.
Would have typed that out. Oh, here. That's Super Bowl predictions.
Let's see if I can find it, maybe.
Predictions for March Madness. The rest of the playoffs. Super Bowl. Oh, here.
Found it?
We talked about we predicted our stuff about how West Virginia the backyard brawl would go.
Okay.
But it doesn't. I don't know if we ever did. Did we do it like preview of the NCAA football this year?
Oh, have we done? I don't remember. That's a great question. I don't remember.
We might not have done predictions this year, folks, or at least not written them down.
Season kicks off. Football, Penn State. Talk to Kev Jones. Oh, this is when we like beat Duquesne.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow, we didn't really give a prediction.
I don't think we did a NCAA preview episode. All right, folks, we let you down.
Well, you know why we probably didn't? Because some of us on the podcast has talked so bad about our football team. I tried to keep it half glass full, but I think we just kind of unfortunately written it off because we were literally like,
we were thinking we were gonna be trash. We were thinking we
yeah.
might one game and like this would be the end of Neil Brown in West Virginia.
Yeah. That like if I were to look back at some of those episodes, like it would be like us like just dogging.
Just absolutely dogging.
But you know what's crazy though? Like what I just found the script to Doc's write up when we had our professor on, and he projected that W was gonna make some noise this year.
Oh, okay. Doc Jones.
And my God, he was
right. He pulled it off. Shit. He got the pick of the season right there.
Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah. So we're going bowling. We'll see what happens at the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I heard rumors that like the thing at this bowl game is that the winning head coach gets like a mayo bath, which I think would be absolutely gross. I really hope that's a lie. I hope it doesn't happen. But we mentioned about people transferring already. Apparently, we already have one person that has transferred out from a new group of people, Deshaun Polk. Really, no offense to him, it's not a huge loss. He's unfortunately dealt with some tough injuries, but he's entered his name in the transfer portal, and we'll see what happens there. But so we talked about football. Let's talk about some European football.
Yeah.
Merritt would be remiss if we forgot to mention the men's West Virginia soccer team. West Virginia's a soccer school now, team. You know, women's soccer team has been dominating. And the men's soccer team is in the Final Four at Louisville. They play Clemson this Friday at 6:00. Do we know if it's on ESPN or something?
It is televised. I believe it's ESPN.
Okay.
I can look up and it is going to be on ESPNU.
Okay. Oh, good. I might if I'm what am I?
You can stream it on ESPN Plus too. It looks like so.
And I am working on Friday, so I will try and check it out when I'm at work.
Yeah, put it on in the store.
Yeah, I mean, I have done it, and they know. Oh, Kevin took over the TV again. West Virginia's on the screen. I'm like, yeah. Deal with it. Yeah, good luck to our men's soccer team. Keep crushing it. Keep representing the Mountaineers as well. And that's what we got for our W update. I figured we just touch on bowl season for college football. The college football playoff was selected. 4 teams in the playoff is Michigan. They're going to be going up against the number 4 seed, Alabama, and the number 2 seed, University of Washington, facing the Hook'em Horns of Texas. That's a 3 seed. So I think what I want to really go talk about, Andrew, if you are able to check out all of the bowl sponsors that are here for this year, I want to know your favorite.
For
me, I love the Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Pop-Tarts Bowl. The Pop-Tarts Bowl makes me want to buy Pop-Tarts. So, like, I haven't had Pop-Tarts since I was a kid, and just the idea. I think it's funny that do you know that like the why is this so sorry? I just like clicked on something that got like super huge. The Duluth Trading Company Bowl.
What the hell is that?
It's like it's like Duluth Trading Post or something. They make like long underwear and stuff and like socks and like undershirts, that sort of thing.
Who's playing in that bowl game?
I will look. Duluth.
My favorite name that like from like looking at it, other than the Pop-Tarts Bowl, the Avocados from Mexico Bowl.
The Avocados from Mexico Bowl, yeah.
Avocado from Mexico Cure Bowl, taking place in Orlando, Florida, featuring Appalachian State and Miami of Ohio. What's another fun one? A classic that I've been doing for years, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl is a classic. Oh, were you talking about the Easy Post Bowl?
No, it looks like the Cure Bowl is sponsored by the Duluth Trading Post. It's
really
like the Cure Bowl in Orlando.
Well, that's also the Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl. I love it.
They got dual sponsorship on this
between
underwear and avocados.
They'll probably be in their like packages, like because they
Yeah.
do like a sweet package for like the teams. That's probably they're gonna get like underwear with their school on it. That's actually hilarious. I think I also agree.
I think the Mayo one is gross. I'm not gonna lie. The Mayo Bowl.
You know what's crazy? Because that every year that bowl used to be related to like a car company. So in the back in the day, it used to be the CarQuest Bowl, and when I was in school, it was the Meineke Car Care Bowl. And then all of a sudden, now Duke's Mayo bought it, and I'm just like, why did you keep the car theme? Like that would have been cool. DirecTV now has a bowl.
Yeah, true. I'm trying to find like a current website because most of these are all like 2021, 2022.
Okay, here's a good one that you might even be able to see. I don't know who, but I think this is just an odd time for a football game. Also, listen to this, Andrew. At Fenway Park in Boston, the Wasabi Fenway Bowl.
Ooh.
Featuring SMU and Boston College.
Let's go. Boston College is going to get embarrassed.
This game. So just Thursday, December 28th, if you have off from your job or not doing anything, this is the day. Yeah, this is the day to do. This is the day to do like to just sit at home and do nothing but watch college football. Listen to this, Andrew. So you have your Wasabi Fenway Bowl on the 28th at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
At 2:15 p.m., you go from one baseball stadium to another. You go to Yankee Stadium for the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl, featuring Rutgers and the University of Miami. Then we take you to Florida, to Camping World Stadium for the Pop-Tarts Bowl with NC State and Kansas State. And then you end your night at the Alamo Dome in San Antonio for the Valero Alamo Bowl with Arizona versus Oklahoma. That is a fun-filled day if you're a college football fan.
A fun full day of bowl games and amazing sponsorships.
Yes.
Can I find a good? There should be like a list of like all the sponsored games.
Oh, here we go. Shout out to the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah, Bad Boy Mowers, who you mentioned, they're sponsoring a game.
Okay, now this one takes the cake. The Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl.
Yep, the Arizona Bowl. I saw that one. Yeah, apparently it's all Barstool people are like announcing and officiating the game. I think I think it could be either really good or it's just going to be
really bad.
just really bad and like hard to watch.
Well, one thing's for sure, they don't want anybody seeing it because it's gonna take place on the CW network.
Oh, amazing. So no one's going to watch it anyway.
No one's gonna watch it anyway.
Gatorade is sponsoring one, it looks like.
Really?
I think so. At least this list was saying. Gatorade. Let's see.
Hard for Gatorade to sponsor a bowl game, though. I feel like just because of the fact that like everybody drinks Gatorade.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not. Maybe I think they tried to bid on one, it looks like.
Okay. Gotta love it. Well, while we're loving the sponsors, Andrew, that top 4, who do you think is winning that college football playoff out of those 4 teams?
I knew this was gonna come. I think that. Oh, there's also real quick before I say the Cheez-It Bowl.
Yeah, the Cheez-It Bowl.
And, Florida State. I'm gonna watch that one probably. I like Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I love Cheez-Its too. So good.
Oh, and in my research, I have discovered that the Mayo Bath is real. Yep.
No, is it for real? Like the winner has to do it?
The winning coach has to. Like it's like televised. Like they sit him down in a chair in front of like the thing, and they dump mayo on him.
So then they're like, oh no.
There's a video.
Oh God. Oh, that's gross. That I just
like,
me imagining it.
Like liquidy mayo. Like it's not like Hellman's. It's like
yeah, well, it's Duke's mayo.
It's Duke's mayo, yeah.
Oh.
So I think the Michigan's gonna win.
Okay.
I don't know if Michigan's gonna cheat. I don't know if they're just the best team in college football, but I think it's either gonna be Michigan or I think it's gonna be Alabama, and everyone is gonna be upset about it.
Oh yeah.
And I think either way, people are gonna be pissed, no matter which team wins. But
yeah. I'm secretly kind of rooting for Washington because shout out to our guy Joe Mack rocking the Bow Down podcast. That would be really cool if they actually won. But I feel like this is oddly gonna come down to the winner of that Michigan-Alabama game.
Yeah.
Whoever wins that game, I think is gonna win it all. I just hope the games are going to be competitive. That's all I can ask for. Because I was at the national championship last year, and talk about a slugfest that didn't exist. That was a rough one.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I have. For the thing, I have holiday season is approaching. Andrew, how is your Christmas shopping going?
My Christmas shopping is going about as well as it always goes, which means that I come up with a bunch of good ideas.
Okay.
And then I have to spend money. And then the third part of the amazing trifecta of holiday seasonal shopping is the amount of stress that comes afterwards of, is this going to arrive in time? / what if it arrives so early that I have nothing to do with it? So I haven't ordered you and Merritt's gifts yet, but I'm wondering, should I ship it to your house?
I mean, probably if you want, yeah.
I'll just when I buy it, like I'll just have the like shipping address be yours.
Okay. You guys just gotta let me know, like
I'll put like in the like Kevin Cueva, but I'll put like a smiley face in the
okay
like, name, so you'll see it. Or I'll text you. I'll be like, this should be coming like.
Don't open it.
Yeah, don't open it.
Yeah.
Don't open anything until Christmas, Kevin. No packages can be opened.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. I mean, whatever is easiest. I know your stuff and Merritt stuff should be arriving soon. I think for one of you, I'm just waiting on another thing, but you
guys are getting way more than I got you guys. I feel bad.
No, it's nothing. It's nothing crazy. And we understand you're in freaking college. The fact that you're even getting us a gift,
just so you know.
Wait, is that what you're getting me and Merritt something matching?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
It's the same thing in different like colorways.
That's dope. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll admit it on the podcast now. you and Merritt are 1000% matching.
Let's go.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm excited. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Very merry Manly Musings Christmas this year.
A very merry Manly Musings. Oh my God, that's going to be the title of the Christmas episode.
Yep. So when you guys see that episode come out, know that it's the holiday episode and that you should tune in.
Yes, 100%. And make sure Cyrus isn't the only one putting comments on YouTube. Apparently, he's very upset and does not want to.
He's getting more aggressive in the comment section as we speak.
Why though? I don't understand
head down
why.
there and go talk to him. And I feel bad because I check the comments and stuff, and then I like the comment, but I'm working on the podcast at 2 a.m. So I'm liking Cyrus's comments on the YouTube at 2:30 in the morning. But
I love it.
I appreciate your engagement, Cyrus. I would love to continue to hear from you.
Yes, continue the engagement. Andrew, is there anything else that we've missed?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I want to say shout out to Parker Washington.
Okay.
He's a wide receiver on I'm 99% sure he's on the Jaguars. He played last night in the game, and he caught what might be one of the greatest touchdown catches I've ever seen. At the back of the end zone, the ball is in the Cincinnati defender's hands. He's caught this ball, and he just sort of loses control of it. And Parker Washington bumps it and tips it 2 or 3 times, and then catches it, lands in bounds, and rolls out of bounds.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure people will see it on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube or wherever you see your short news clips. I don't know if you watch TikTok or Reddit or wherever you are on the internet. This catch should be in your feed. And if you can't find it, look up Parker Washington touchdown.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Watch it on here.
Parker Washington.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, right? It's a good
wow.
It's a great catch. I would say that I'd put the clip at the end of the video, but the NFL does not appreciate anyone distributing their materials, no matter how long, and they will copyright strike you. So sorry to those of you on YouTube. I would love to put the clip in, but
maybe I'll try to put it in a reel.
Yeah, put it in a reel or repost it on the story or something.
And maybe I'll just hold on. I'm in the wrong Instagram. Damn it.
If you go to Kevin Cueva's Instagram,
you'll
see the clip.
There's so many it's funny because there are times I'm thinking oh, I'm just posting on my Instagram, and it's the podcast. I'm oh, this is a really good thing to put on the podcast, and then I'm
you just put it on yours.
It's just on mine, and they're nobody's gonna give a damn. Okay, Parker Washington. Let me see if they give me the same highlight. Oh yes, they do. Oh my God, this is an even better one of them.
Yeah, it's a great catch.
And this one's saying it in Spanish. That's great. Yes. I don't know if you can hear that, but wow.
Maybe a little bit.
Oh yeah, that's epic.
Yeah, it's a great catch. Go check out the podcast Instagram to see an amazing catch by Parker Washington. And if it isn't up anymore by the time you see this video, look it up. It's a great catch.
Yeah,
that's a bit of
definitely look it up on the podcast Instagram because it's also in Spanish, which makes it even cooler.
Yeah, makes it even cooler.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. That was a good time. Yeah. So shout out to Parker Washington. And then I have one more thing before because we've been going for at least a good hour and 20. I wanted to go ahead and ask you one of the filibuster questions.
Yes.
So I'm trying to figure out what did I ask you? That's a good one. Or do I ask you this one? Andrew, do you have any tattoos?
I do. I have 3 tattoos.
Oh, okay. So this was a filibuster question from episode 20. What was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo? Okay, are we talking real tattoo, with a machine, or does stick and poke count?
No, one that's still on your body now.
Okay. I have a paper crane on my left heel. um,
A
that
paper
I
crane.
got freshman year of college,
Okay.
like really early. This is not advice to anyone because it's very unsafe. But one of my friends owned a tattoo machine. Um, and they would like do tattoos for money around campus. And I was like, I'll get a tattoo, why not? They were very clean, very sterile. But it's typically not recommended to get tattoos from your friends.
Oh my
I happen to
God.
have one. I didn't get any infection or anything. But and it's one of my. I mean, I only have three, so like they're all my favorites. But like, it's I really like my paper crane tattoo. Is really cool. It's not very big.
Nice.
It's like
Okay. Yeah. In my tattoo is the tattoo on my left arm that I got my freshman year. I'm not sure if you saw the Filibusters episode on that one. Um,
I think I missed that episode because the question caught me off. Caught me by regard.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one it was so I got it my freshman year of college.
Yep.
And I remember we went to this place downtown and it was called like Fat Cat or Fat Daddies or something. And I remember waiting, like I had a scheduled appointment, and I remember having to wait like an extra 2 hours because the guy was so far behind. Because first off, the first girl that he tatted like passed out, and then when I got there, another girl like was getting like a sun like on the back of like her like lower back and like passed out and was getting dizzy, so he had to stop. And then after he did her, he was hungry and was waiting for his food. And then he finally did my tattoo.
And he did your tattoo.
And I was like, should I just like go home and like leave? And I remember I was like, no, we're already too far gone. Just gotta go.
Yeah, I mean you're there. You got
Yeah.
it.
So when I got it freshman year, says it's my little one I'll show it on the thing. It's the little hand, reach the heavens, says go get it till it's gone. And yeah, that was my first tattoo.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. All right. So shall I outro us out?
I think it's time, Kev. I think we've
Yeah.
had a good, nice episode.
Yeah.
Send us home.
Let's get it. So it's 8:45 on Thursday, December 5th. Me and Andrew rocking the pod today. Do we know what number episode overall this is, Andrew?
Give me 30 seconds and I can tell you.
Yeah.
Can't tell it here. I need to open it on here.
Okay.
This
is this episode 111?
It's either 111 or 112.
Okay. But yeah, so guys, episode 111 or 112. Thank you to those that have been listening. Thank you to those that have been watching on the YouTube at the Manly Musings Podcast page. Please interact. We need more comments other than Cyrus on there. Then
this is episode 110.
This is episode
111. 111.
111.
Last week.
All right, 111. So yeah. So we want more comments. We appreciate you, Cyrus, for commenting. But Cyrus can't be the only one commenting. So please continue to comment on the YouTube page. And Andrew, you said
any form of comments. If you want to comment something completely random and talk to Cyrus in the comments, I'm not Cyrus, so I can't tell you if he'll respond. But we'll take your comment asking Cyrus any question.
Love it. Also, Andrew, we have an update on We Out Here for the Backyard Brawl coming.
Backyard Brawl, We Out Here will be out this weekend, which is the weekend of the 7th and 8th. Okay. This episode should be out either right before that or right after. So when you're watching this episode, check the YouTube. If the Backyard Brawl episode isn't out yet, it will be soon. Why not turn on notifications to find out when it is out? And if it is there, watch it, because I spent a long time on that episode.
I feel like you probably spent the longest time ever on that because we had like 3 days worth of content.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We filmed like the entire weekend. I ended up with like close to 60 hours of film.
Yo, like that's a good job. That means Merritt actually filmed too. Yeah. Proud of you, Merritt.
Yeah. Merritt sent me stuff. You sent me stuff. I took a bunch of stuff. We have tons.
Perfect. And then Andrew, I will be getting you the We Out Here ready for the Nets Celtics game that me and Merritt went to.
That one will be out in probably December.
Yes.
Well, it's December now. But it'll be out later in December as I have to finish up finals and stuff. But
Yes.
we'll get to that one as soon as we can, folks.
Yes. So yeah. So of course you have that. Make sure you listen to us. We're on all streaming platforms. We are on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Amazon Play. We're on Google Play. So rock out and listen to us. Shout out to my old employee Elvis for listening to us. We are his number one. I put it on our Instagram. We are his number one. We are his number one podcast on his Spotify. So I appreciate you, sir. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. That's where I'm probably most active with it. That's where we're all active. You can follow me at CakePaver624. You can follow Merritt at his Instagram at Merritt_P. You'll follow Andrew at pictures of the new nephew. You have Andrew at AMLville56. Follow, of course, the podcast Instagram at the Manly Musings Pod. And yeah, so it's gonna be me. I don't know if it'll be me and Andrew. It'll be me and somebody next week. We'll figure something out because Merritt gets a well-deserved hiatus as his new son is born. So yes, he's got his maternity leave right now. So we'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys for watching / listening. Peace out, y'all.
Peace out.